We're back now with a closer look at the pharmaceutical industry and how companies fight criminals who make millions by tampering with prescription drugs. A CNBC investigation found that sometimes pharmacies and even patients are in on it. Here's Contessa Brewer.
Investigators say this is a drug diversion in action. In this South Florida apartment, a woman, her husband, and son removed patient names from prescription pill bottles.
He's using that lighter fluid, a harsh chemical, to clean the bottle and remove the pharmacy prescription label.
It's part of a complex operation. Across the country, counterfeiters are tampering with pill bottles, sometimes even swapping out the life-saving medications and selling them to pharmacies. Stephen Mahmood is Assistant Special Agent in charge at Health and Human Services Office of the Inspector General.
Drug diversion is widespread and it impacts the entire country.
Here's how it works. A patient fills a prescription for medication, sometimes worth several $1,000s, but turns around and sells it for a fraction of that in cash. The buyer, known as an aggregator, removes the patient information and sometimes alters the contents of the bottle, then sells it to a distributor who sells it back to pharmacies at a discount. This man, who agreed to an interview if we concealed his identity, served time for a past pill diversion scheme. He says it was easy to persuade patients to sell their medicine.
They had AIDS, cancer, and they don't have any money. So for $100, $200, they'll send it every day.
From there, they're sold to distributors who have relationships with thousands of independent pharmacies around the country. Pharmacies that are on the receiving end of these diverted prescriptions, do they know?
Some do, some don't.
These thousands of bottles all originally were prescribed and filled for patients. Now they fill an evidence room at Gilead Sciences in Northern California.
We are playing a bit of a game of whack-a-mole.
Lori Mayall oversees global product security at Gilead, which manufactures HIV medications Biktarvy and Descovy.
We know that upward to 80,000 of bottles of counterfeits were entered into the supply chain.
Gilead first learned it had a serious problem in 2020 when reports came in of Biktarvy bottles filled with a completely different medication. Then they found a slew of counterfeits. This bottle doesn't even contain pills, just rocks. Why do you think somebody would try to pass this off as a real bottle of prescription medicine?
All they need to do is make the sale.
As for these three, they were convicted for their connection to a prescription drug counterfeiting operation.
I'm saddened and disheartened that the schemes cross the entire United States and then the territories, but I'm not surprised. Fraud is always evolving.
For NBC News, Contessa Brewer, Foster City, California.
And don't miss Contessa's full report on CNBC and on CNBC's YouTube page. Up next for us.